So, 10 red flags from applicants, all right? Number 1, they ask, hey, can you work with me on the security deposit? Or they don't want to pay the security deposit at all. That's a no. Adios. See ya. Sayonara. No. Okay? So that's a no. Or like I said earlier, they roll up with a U-Haul and they're ready to move in today. No. We already talked about why that's a bad idea. They're running from something. Sometimes they'll say, well, my current landlord just won't fix anything in my property. May be true. Or it may be that they're a, what I would call, high needs resident. You may not want that in your property. Red flag. Or they'll tell you how much they're going to improve it. Man, I know it's got fresh paint and the carpet's clean, but I'm going to put in new carpet and I'm going to put in fresh paint. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. They start talking about how much they're going to improve the property. That's a sales job run, right? Or they have prior evictions. We already talked about that. Another red flag. I love this one. We don't have really good credit. We have bad credit, but we're good people, right? Well, that's not enough to make a decision on. You need data. They may be great people, but there may not be decision enough to make enough data to make a decision on that, right? Okay. Maybe they have what they call a mixed breed or an American Terrier. That's a pit bull. You probably don't want to rent to pit bulls. That's a dangerous breed. Sorry, pit bull owners. I love pit bulls, but at the end of the day, as a landlord, that's a tougher one to rent to. You might want to have a really high pet deposit for that one. And some insurance. Or, like I said, you call the previous landlord and they don't really want to say much about the tenant, right? They kind of hem and haw and they'll give you a good or a bad. Or worse, they don't say anything, right? Or how about this? They don't even know they're moving. We've called landlords that go, what? Bob's moving? That's scary if they don't even know. So that's a big one. How about this one? We talked about this. They want to trade, rent for work. Like I said earlier, hey, knock off $200 and I'll clean the pool and trim the yard. No, don't make deals like that on rent. It's not a good deal. They're not going to do what they say they're going to do, and it's bad for everybody, okay? And then lastly, they have a prospect, the person that says they're going to rent the property comes to showing with you, and they have a friend that they bring along, but this friend isn't going to rent the property, but they're just there for moral support, whatever, but it's their friend that asks all the questions. That's where you go, why is this person asking all the questions? Well, I'll tell you why. That person's the one that's really going to move in, but they have crappy credit or a recent eviction, so they're having their friend pretend like they're going to rent it that has great credit so they can get into the property. So if they start doing that, just say no. So, in conclusion, I got to tell you, as I say a lot of times, your gut can be usually your best friend. However, you can't just go back on gut instinct. Use the data too, like we talked about. Use the hard facts to make a decision, which is sometimes going to be hard to make if your property's been sitting vacant for a while. Make sure that you use a comprehensive criminal and civil background check company to make sure that they're who they say they are and that they're good folks, right? Call the employer, call the landlord before this landlord, 2 landlords back. Do those things. You're going to get a much clearer picture on your resident. And I promise you, your rental experience as a landlord will be improved 1,000%. Let me leave you with this little nugget. Most people I've talked to, they've told me, oh, wow, you manage rental property? Oh, wow, you're a landlord? I hate being a landlord. It sucks. I'll never be a landlord again. And every time they make that comment, I say, did you have a bad tenant? And they're like, oh, the worst. It was the worst tenant. Wouldn't pay the rent. Couldn't get them out. Tore the house up. Well, of course, it's all tenant related. So spend time making sure you have a good tenant. And I promise you that your life will be much better. Anyway, I hope this helped you. As always, I wish you success in what you're doing. And if you have any questions, you can always go through our website, go through YouTube, go through whatever, and I will answer them for you. But anyway, Mark Zimmerman, Chief Operating Officer, Renters Warehouse, Houston, and I'm out. Thanks for watching, everyone. We really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe below.